introduce myself. My name is HELEN YOLANDA, and your teacher will be teaching the science material for the next semester. I hope you enjoy and may talk in this class, okay?
Okay.
Okay, before we start the material, science in today, we must do pray. Let's pray according to your belief. Pray start. Right. Okay, thank you. Okay, Miss will the attendance for today. Okay. Please sit in your empty seat. Okay, Miss will call the attendance for presentation. Is anyone present today? Present? Okay. The Miss will the attendance. Please answer. How do you feel today and raise hand? Okay. Miss start with Agung. Answer. Yes. How do you feel today? Happy. Okay. Febi?
Yes, I'm very good.
Good. Okay. Yes.
Today I feel sad
Why?
because my cross have a new.
Oh my God. Andi?
I'm excited for this one.
Oh, thank you. Najwa?
I'm very good.
Good. Ini?
I'm very good.
Okay. Ika? Aida? Why? Sick? Okay, get well soon, Aida. Ida? Ida?
Miss.
Okay, Ida?
I'm good, Miss, and happy.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, the learning objective in genetics, the role of DNA. One, student can explain the structure and the function of component cell, including DNA as genetic material. Two, student can explain the function of DNA as genetic material carrier in this material. And then, before we start material DNA, the role of DNA, we must start with pretest. Are you ready for pretest, guys?
Ready.
Okay. The pretest will be continued 2 until 3 minutes. Please scan this barcode. Have you finished, guys?
I am finished.
Okay. Okay. To refresh your brain and refresh your mood after pretest, let's start ice breathing. Miss have ice breathing is named clap DNA. Follow the instruction for Miss and you must do it. Okay?
Okay, Miss. I will ready.
The name is clapping DNA. DNA. DNA.
DNA.
Okay? DNA. Okay. DNA is include adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. We will start with adenine. We must type adenine. Clap one time. And make A with your hands.
And make A with your hands.
Okay. And then thymine. Clap one time and then yes. And then guanine. Clap one time and then give G with your hands. And then cytosine. Yes, C. One more time again and let's go together. Clapping DNA.
DNA.
Adenine. A. Guanine. G. Thymine. D. Cytosine. C. Okay, thank you, Jojo. Okay, guys, have you ever thought that you like your father or your mother? Why do you think that this? Anyone answer? Okay, you.
Yes. Yes, I would like my mother.
Okay, you like your mother. Dini? Anyone?
Yes, miss, because we are family and I will support from them.
Okay, thank you for answer, Aida and Dini. Anyone answer again?
Miss,
Okay, biasa.
because I resemble my grandfather, especially my nose and my smell. And I think that because DNA carry out physical from their future.
Okay, thank you for answer, guys. Especially Biaska. Thank you for answer well, and then you touch at the end and carrier. Guys, you know that although DNA is the important determine the characteristic of living things, many people do not understand that DNA is a role in every day, and anyone do know that DNA is can see with observed directly from natural materials such as using simple materials with fruit and not the eye of microscope.
No, miss. I'm sorry, miss. I think no, miss, because miss, I'm sorry, miss. I think no, miss, because people say that we can see in our country.
Yes, yes, we can see the DNA from the fruit, but extraction DNA from the fruit especially using strawberries. But before we see the DNA in real life, we must do less video first to make you understand.
Statement clearly presents what is DNA and how does it work? DNA, also known as deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule. It's a bunch of atoms stuck together. In the case of DNA, these atoms combine to form the shape of a long spiraling ladder, sort of like this one here. If you ever studied biology or saw a Jurassic Park, you've probably heard that DNA acts as a blueprint or a recipe for living things. But how? How on earth act as a blueprint for something as complex and wonderful as a dog or a dinosaur? To help answer that question, let's first take a quick look at amino acids. Amino acids are tiny little chemicals inside our bodies that are so important. They're often referred to as the building blocks of life. There's about 20 different kinds, each with their own unique shape. The neat thing about them is they can be attached to each other kind of like Legos to produce an endless variety of larger molecules known as proteins. Amino acids make up proteins. Proteins, along with other chemicals, combine to form living cells. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, and organs are all put together and function, of course, combine to form living creatures like you and me. These proteins that make up our bodies, keep in mind there's millions of different kinds of proteins. They each have to be formed in the perfect shape and function. If they're the wrong shape, they usually won't work. That's where DNA comes in. DNA does a lot of interesting things, some of which we don't fully understand, but one of its main and most well understood functions is to tell amino acids how to line up and form themselves into the perfect protein shapes. In theory, with the right proteins, after time in the right place, everything from cells, organs, to entire creatures come out just fine. This here is a simplified model of DNA. It shows us that the steps of the ladder are made up of 4 different kinds of chemicals shown here in green colors and letters. If you look at just one half of the molecule, you can read this chemical sequence or genetic code from top to bottom, sort of like a book. A single strand of DNA is extremely long, billions of letters long. It spends most of its life coiled up like a noodle, living inside the nucleus or the centerpiece of a cell. Amino acids, however, live outside the nucleus in what's called the cytoplasm. To help DNA interact with the cytoplasm and convert those amino acids into proteins, Special chemicals inside the nucleus make partial copies of the DNA code. These partial copies called monomers. This entire process is complicated, as sophisticated, as magical as it. We're easy to have to share stuff with friends.
Okay, guys, what is the point of the video about DNA? Oh, okay, yes.
I think we could explain that DNA is instruction manual and operation living organism. It's consistent of four chemical-based EECG. Alright, it's basically segmented from genes, which is our segment carry instruction to make protein. Protein are essential molecules that perform almost all functions in the body. From the enzymes to structure component, DNA is inherited from parent, which explains why it can always long combination. Using simple analogies like side factors, the video has to understand that in the end, the DNA is the blueprint of life, essential for heredity and cell function of protein production.
Okay, thank you, DS1. Good job. Thank you for answer what's point of video and explaining the DNA. Okay, guys. Next, give applause to DS first. Okay. Next is continue to experiment time. Next is experiment on extracting DNA from the fruit to provide a picture solution regarding that DNA looks like in real life using a simple materials and methods. And this DNA extraction will divide into groups. Okay, in the group will divide 5 people or 5 students in one group. Miss will divide 2 groups. Okay, group 1 and group 2. Group 1 Miss divide Aida, Jimmy, Inda, and Anggi. And then group 2 is Jiva, Feby, Agung, Dieska, and Najwa. Okay guys, time for the extraction practice. Dieska, because you understand well for this material, you must have all the friends, okay? Okay. Okay guys, please practical probably in student worksheet. The student worksheet have tools, materials, methods, and then conclusion, and then worksheet your to answer in this student worksheet. Miss will give you a student worksheet for experiment, and then you must to be careful for this experiment because this is extraction. Okay. Okay, fighting guys. Miss will give. Please sit in your groups.
Okay,
Up, yeah. experiment?
Yes.
How exciting the extraction DNA or something? Exciting? Okay.
Exciting.
How is the practical? The DNA is visible or not? Visible. Completely visible. You can see the DNA.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
See, yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
looks white here.
Okay, next is time to group presentation. Okay, this will give one group and take two groups. Okay, for the presentation. First, maybe group one for presentation.
I got the head.
Okay, everyone. We are from group 1 and our observation recently is after adding the solution, strawberry becomes musky and the mixture turns foamy or salty, and the salt and some solution broke open cell membranes, releasing DNA and other cell process. Then after filtering, a pink liquid passed through the filter and leaving solid pulp behind. And filtering separates the liquid from the solid part. And then after adding alcohol, white cloudy start began to form and float at the interface. And DNA is not soluble in alcohol and precipitates become visible. And then after taking DNA, stringy, sticky white material was collected on a stick or pipette, and the extract DNA is now isolate and visible as packaged strands. Then
From this concluded DNA is a genetic material found in every living cell and can be inserted using simple physical material. DNA becomes visible as a white nutrient solution when mixed with alcohol because it is visible in alcohol. This process shows that genetics can be understood from field and simple experiment.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for group one. Anyone question for me? Yes. Okay. Okay, Professor will ask our group one. Why is alcohol important in the extraction process?
Okay, maybe. Alcohol is important because DNA is not soluble in alcohol. When alcohol is added, the DNA precipitates out of the solution and it becomes visible as white stringy strands. Alcohol helps the DNA come together more efficiently.
Thank you for that one. Thank you for group one and applause, guys. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Maybe this is a presentation for group one and group two. Next is after presentation we are next to conclude the conclusion after we today learning. We can from what is DNA and then extraction DNA, we must to conclude the learning material from today. Anyone conclude today?
I mean,
Okay, TSK.
today I learned that DNA is material that carries information in all living things. I also understand the structure and function, and its importance in everyday life as DNA is single. Understand this is and it is hard. After experience, I discovered that it can be constructed of something right from software using single language is out and realize that biology is not just theory. It can be seen, tested, and it's really exciting.
Okay, thank you, TSK. Good job for conclusion. Guys, students, we have learned that DNA is the foundation from the life because the genetics material of living things is very unique, very unique. From the internet one first with a question: why is we do resemble with your parents, with your father or your mother? And then we have explored that scientific explanation that understand the structure of DNA. The structure of DNA is the role of a body and how it pass away from the generation and to the next generation. Through the DNA experiment using strawberries, you didn't just learn from theory, but you have to hands-on experiment from DNA to you understand better. And then you forward the DNA is just something microscopic. You can usually push it with your eyes, with your own eyes, and then you trace correctly. Today, we also realize that DNA carrier is inherited traits or potential not limited in your genes. Environment, import, education is the important rules too. So let's continue to learn and grow, not to only understand who we are, and that would also be fair to we will become continue to the great. Next is last but not least is process and reflection technique. They stand to reflection and process. Please scan this barcode and then you must do it 3 minutes. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
3 minutes. Have you finished the post test, guys?
Please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any question or clarification?
No.
Okay. I hope you understand and remain excited about living your life and look towards that you be the bright future and then you must to be good. Thank you guys and see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.